Hello everybody and welcome to Germany for live coverage from the CEV Champions League Volley 2023. We've reached the quarter-final stages and it's now about two teams who begin their quest to make it to the semis and beyond. And all that will be starting here at the Farm Arena. VfB Friedrichshafen taking on Poland's JASTRZEBSKI Wegiel. Two teams with a decent Champions League history. But that was then, and this is now, and it's all about this game. A best of two match decider to see who will be going into the semi-finals.
Hi. Saludos para Argentina.
Chao, Colombia.
Both teams know this is not going to be easy. They'll have to work hard and earn their victory.
You won both games in the group phase, 3-0 and 3-1. What can you do not to take it too easy today?
I mean, it's a different game. It's a playoff quarterfinal, so we just forget these two first game, and we think about the game of today, and then we think about the return in Jastrzębie. But now we are only focused about the game of today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan, what is the key today to win for the first time this season against Jastrzębie?
The key is that we play our best volleyball. We know that Jastrzębie is very, very good team, and we had them in the group. We played two games against them, which we were, let's say, close. We could play with them. So it's going to be important what is happening on our side.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Well, both players having their say. The two captains, Dejan Vincic of Friedrichshafen and Benjamin Toniuti of Jastrzębie Wegiel, I should say. And for Jastrzębie, they've got a really good team. It is pretty solid when you look at it. Stefan Boyer, opposite slot, Benjamin Toniuti setting, Trevor Klivno, backup setter, Emiter Vaporti, the Finnish international, Tomasz Fornal through the outside, Mustafa Mbaye through the middle, as well as Yuri Gladier. Add into that Jakub Popwizak, I should say, Popwizak, the 26-year-old Polish libero. It's a strong team. Well, Friedrichshafen, well, they've got a team that can get the job done. They know that. The question is, can they do it? It's going to be a tough ask. The players are in fine form at the moment. Andre Brown enjoying that. Strapping being put on in the dressing room. The players look like they're in fine spirits, don't they?
Un saludito para los pibes allá en Argentina, se les quiere.
No doubt Mark Leverdew will have done his homework following the two defeats in the pool phase to come up with a game plan to try and get the job done here against a team that are currently third in the Plus Liga behind Aileron and to discuss with the referee, the two captains, after the coin toss. Friedrichshafen may not be able to put out their strongest team. I'm getting news that Marcus Sabuma, the middle blocker, may not play this one with a toe injury, and also there is some doubt as well over Martinez, who's got an ab strain. These are the other matches that have taken place in the quarterfinals. Perugia getting the better of Berlin, and Zaxa getting the better of Trentino in 5. That's an important win for them, and a rematch of the CEV Champions League. just a couple of seasons ago. Boy, yeah, that is brilliant. Those of you that have seen him live do that, it's like, oh my goodness. He jumps so high and hits the ball so hard. And Stéphane Boyer, the French international Olympic gold medalist and 3 Olympic gold medalists playing for the Polish side of Jastrzębski in the form of Toniutti, Klivno and Boyer. All led by Marcelo Mendes of Argentina, taken over the team this season. Mark Lebedew's been involved with Friedrichshafen since 21-22 season. Marcelo Mendes, such a talented coach. He was previously with Santa Cruzera for 11 years before leaving Brazil and coming to Europe to coach. He took Argentina to a bronze medal at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. First glimpse of Alexander Lidiokovic, the Serbian international, 2 meters and 7. It's a big team that Friedrichshafen have at their disposal. Toniutti aside. Friedrichshafen's Andre Brown, the Canadian international, along with Blair Ban, another Canadian international. Brown 2 meters and 6. Last few minutes of the warm-up to go before the teams come to order. We'll have the CEV Eurovolley anthem. We'll have a final exchange of pleasantries, and then we'll have the first sevens, and then we'll get the game underway. Still got the serving to go. The Champions League history for these two teams I mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Jastrzębski were third last year and in 13-14 as well. They lost in the semis to Zaxa last season and to Halkbank Ankara back in the 2013-14 season. For Friedrichshafen, their Champions League history is long. They were winners way back in 2006-07. What was a pretty star-studded team at that time. Simon Tischer, Jochen Schotz, Sebastian Schwartz, Lucas Kamper, Marcus Sterwold, part of that team, all coached by Stelian Moculescu. And then if you go back further still, back in the 99-2000 season, they're actually second. They've lost in the final, a team then that had Bjorn Andre in it, who is still playing at the age of 41 for Düren in the Bundesliga, Bjorn Andre. But the team that they lost to, Friedrichshafen, then was Sicily Treviso. And some team that had in it, must be said, Nikola Gerbic, Michal Waszko, Dimitri Fomin, Samuele Papi, Alberto Chisola, Lorenzo Bernardi. Those names still going strong today in the coaching form. Samuele Papi's now a pundit for Italian volleyball, Italian TV. Gerbic coaching, and Lorenzo Bernardi coaching. In fact, Alberto Chisola only gave up playing a few seasons ago. This is the squad, and as I mentioned, it's dream team territory really. A strong squad that Marcelo Mendes has at his disposal. Friedrichshafen. They're really only going to be relying on Blair Ban. Simon Cohen, just 18 years of age. He's been with the team a while now, but unlikely to get on the court. player who knows he needs to have a good game. Michal Supalak, the opposite, 2 meters and 6, came from Warszawa last season. They were 9th. So a few last-minute technical adjustments being made to the net count. Players lined up and ready to go. Sika Stern may well get a run out. That remains to be seen. Mark Lebedew, Liam Sketcher waiting. Coach is in charge of Friedrichshafen. Mendes also on the sideline, waiting as well, patiently. A quick shout and a final exchange of pleasantries. And we're almost ready to go. We'll have the formal introduction of the referees in charge of this one. Bruno Muha on the left of your picture, Domingo Lott on the right, she'll be the second referee. Bruno Muha, the first official. Stremby coming off of a league win. Coming into this one, so in a positive situation as far as that goes. So the suspected Toniuti will be setting, Stefan Boer in the opposite slots. Woody Gladier will be going through the middle. Trevor Cleveland through the outside. Tomasz Fornell through the outside. And Mustafa Mbaye, the other middle blocker. It is the strongest team that Stremby can put out. So they are taking no chances and respecting Friedrichshafen from the get-go. Marcelo Mendes, such an experienced coach, and well respected within the volleyball community. Friedrichshafen. Nedlikovic is through the middle, Tim Petter through the outside. Michal Supalak is in the opposite slot. Vincic will be setting. Sika Stern through the outside. Andre Brown, the other middle blocker. That is who Mark Lebedew has decided can get the job done. Players are ready, the crowd here are ready. I hope wherever you're watching, whatever you're watching on, you're ready as well. This is about to get going. It's VfB Friedrichshafen in the blue, serving JASTRZEBSKI Wegiel in orange, receiving for this CEV Champions League Volley 2023 quarter-final first leg. And first point to the visitors with a decent side out. Mustafa to serve. Polish middle blocker came from Lubin last season. Nice, very good swing there. Tagging the baseline, and a solid side out for Friedrichshafen. Another new player to Friedrichshafen, Alexander Nelikovic, who came from VK Praha last season. Solid side out for JASTRZEBSKI. Cut there. Where? With an absolute belter, but it's not landed in. It's not according to the referee. I think to suggest there's a challenge coming. First opportunity to see what Supalak's got from the serving line. Well, so many possibilities, isn't there, with a surname like Supalak. Either it was going to be a super serve, but as it turned out, it was a little bit lackluster. Well, that's a good serve. No middle coming. 3 blockers now to deal with, and dealt with brilliantly. Not only getting past the 3 blockers, but also the libero as well. Great out-of-system swing from Tim Petter. Both teams siding out with relative ease at the moment. Really good setting choices being made on both sides, opening up what has been so far. There's one-on-one situations nearly every time. Certainly plenty of gaps to go into. For now, not going to stop that swing. Supalak. First chance for a break point, and it's coming Friedrichshafen's way, and that's off the hands. That's a great point. Advantage to the home team. Nice work by Stern. Solid set as well, actually, from Vincic, the Slovenian stalwart. That's an error from Fornal. So a break point followed by an unforced error from JASTRZEBSKI, and all of a sudden there's a 2-point lead now for the home team. With a full block against him, Boyer difficult to stop. Strong series of rotations now for the visitors. However, that is a solid side out. That's really well played. Wasn't the best of passes, is a little bit tight. But look at that replacement from Vincic, brilliant. Friedrichshafen also moving into their strong series of rotations in terms of 3 big blockers, stroke attackers at the net. Good up, really good dig that. So is that from Popivchak. Great cover by Fornal. Longest rally so far of this match. And still it continues. Chance for Jastrzębski. Oh, it stayed in play. Goodness me, no one can put the ball on the floor. Oh, would you believe it? Ends up being a tip. Questions will be asked of Nedlikovic why he didn't go on block on that one. For now. It's a bit tight. Good cover. Better chance now. Great up. Oh, that's a shame. It's a net touch against Friedrichshafen. Nedlikovic it was. I think he touched the net. That's let Jastrzębski off the hook here in this set. Ace serve for now, right into the corridor of uncertainty. And a turnaround by Jastrzębski. They were 2 behind, they're now 1 in front. It's a great save in the circumstances. Has that come off the hands? Yes, it has. It caught Stern on its way past. So from 2 behind to 2 in front, Friedrichshafen call a timeout.
The big parts are there, okay? I don't know that we need to cover exactly the sideline in 5, okay? Can come inside a little bit and maybe everybody step 1 step forward, half a step forward, okay? Let out, we get back on our rhythm. Block, defense, everything's good.
Wise words from the coach. It's some small margins at the moment. Just a small adjustment being made in defense by Friedrichshafen to see if they can counter what Jastrzębski are doing. But passing just a bit of an issue at the moment, and it's allowing the visitors to build up a lead. Vincic being back row, he can't play that. He has to let it go. Oh, rotation error. Well, you might have spoken about it. You still can't be out of rotation, though. The rules are there for that very purpose, and it must have been a long way from Vincic. He's in position 1 in the corner, and he's supposed to stay there until the ball's been contacted. But by the time, again, it's been contacted, he's at the 3-meter line. He's still miles out. He must have been, well, he was over the 3-meter line the first time round. Interesting article actually written by Mark Lebdew about how enforcement of the rules will help to change the game in a more positive way, he feels, for so it doesn't have to put this pressure on the service. Oh, good touch. Well, that's a great swing from Stern. He's so close to the 3-meter line, but he didn't touch it. Friedrichshafen have the point. Decent cover from Boyer, self-cover, and the free ball then dealt with by Friedrichshafen. Mustafa to serve. Dear. Yeah, it was an interesting serve. Cheeky 1 foot jump floater. Not troubling Friedrichshafen. Alexander to serve. Oh dear, well, that's a communication issue. For Jastrzębski, that could be costly. They're going to challenge for a touch, and the admission comes straight away and saves us the challenge. Manuel also touched it. He's not so glad he did. Just too far away, too close to... Oh, well, there was no need for that. He just pulled over a monitor. He might get a bill for that, you know, they're thousands of pounds. Good ball. Great pickup. Really good volleyball there from Jastrzębski. What a great pickup to bring about that opportunity. Save from Stern. That's a top pickup. That's unlucky from Bern. Not quite the speed that Toniutti would have wanted to the middle. But it's paid off in the end for Jastrzębski. They lead by 4 now. Just couldn't dig it back out of the net again.
And our good shots they're ready for them, okay? Can go a little bit higher against Toniutti. All right, it's almost a kill. On the net tape, Supi, make sure you stay for the net tape. Side out here, we get another couple of breaks.
To bring the heat. And it was too hot to handle, wasn't it? It's a huge serve. Decent pass. Well, that's a brilliant block. And it's Toniutti. No, it can't be Toniutti who got that. Got to be Gladier, right? Just saying about going higher over Toniutti. Well, it is Toniutti who's got it. setter won't be pleased with that. More trouble for Friedrichshafen. No more timeouts available, and it's a 7-point lead now for JASTRZEBSKI. That one dropped short, just catching Stern a little by surprise, a little off guard. Nothing Vincic can do to bring it back. It's a little too audacious. Boyer having played that ball in to Tonyuti. He's only had, literally makes one step here. Not really in a great position. Not high enough, and that's a great block from Friedrichshafen. Now. That's good work from JASTRZEBSKI, out of system play because there's only really Fornal available. He's still able to beat the block and the defense. That's well played, decent side out. It's beginning to run away from Friedrichshafen here in this opening set. Value of a good pass. Shown with that side-out play. All of a sudden, there's pressure on the block. And a one-on-one outside. Tonyuti not going to stop that one. Oh, yes, that's a huge block on Boyer. That's more likely from Friedrichshafen. Oh, he got him again! Well, Tonyuti going back to Boyer to try and re-establish him as a threat, and Stern says, no, no, no. You are not getting past me again. He's jumped right into the line, hasn't he? That's a wonderful block. Three in a row. And eventually, third time lucky for Boyer. Three points required for JASTRZEBSKI to wrap up this first set. World-class setting there from Vincic. Well worth another look. This set creates a one-on-no-one, and that one goes to Spike Tang. Good touch, but it won't be coming back. Maybe a little too much movement from Ban, who's still wriggling around as this ball is hit. So he lost his footing a little bit. It's another quality serve, and it brings up set point. Was listed as a libero on the squad sheet, but he's not. He's actually an outside hitter. He's come in to help shore up the passing unit. And would you believe it? An error. And that wraps up the first set. Jastrzębski take it. And they take it comfortably. And that's horrible when it clips the net like that. It's a good place to go, right into the traffic, right to where the setter's running into. Perfect start then for JASTRZEBSKI Wegiel, taking the first set, 25-17. Work to be done for Friedrichshafen as they get ready for set number 2. Serving pressure, a telling contribution. One thing's for sure, it was something that was always going to be a concern for Friedrichshafen, was the serving pressure that JASTRZEBSKI could bring in this match and can bring and did bring. One of the reasons for Petter starting was ahead of Luciano Vicentin. Was that perception of a better side out, a better passing unit. Still persisting though Friedrichshafen in trying to get a decent ball in so Vincic can run an offense and they can get their side out and then work on break points from the serving line. Second set's underway. 4-0 with the serve. JASTRZEBSKI up by 1-0 in the CEV Champions League volley quarter-final first leg. And it's free ball for the home side. Oh yes, that's battered away by Brown. Nice 1-2 that with Vincic. That's a let-off for Jastrzębski. No pressure being brought from service, but that's the risk-reward you run at this level. The serve goes in, the other team are in a spot of bother. Not finding the court. Stafford gets to serve again. Good touch from Tonyuti. Oh, what a set. Great hustle, both sides. Free ball, though, for Jastrzębski. Middle's on. So the pipe. Oh, you are kidding me. Well, that's a set and a half, and it wasn't really meant to be one. It was an instinctive reaction, wasn't it? It's popped right up for Boyer to bounce it. Great reflexes, Tonyuti. Great leap from Boyer. Nice touch. That is a brilliant angle from Petter. Solid from Cleveland. Showed the cross court. Bumps it down the line. Free ball for Jastrzębski. And they're going to score. Again, it's service pressure that have brought about their break points. That's great movement. I'm glad you're in the middle. They want to check it. They think it's in. Jastrzębski do. Friedrichshafen think is out. Doesn't get much better than that. In terms of being on the line. Massive hit down the line by Sipolak. Ooh. Ball was given as down. It's not a carry call against Stern. It's been given as ball down. Or catch ball anyway. So you're going to have a check. They think the ball wasn't down. Referee it is who's blown the whistle, and he blew it late. To be fair, it was the touch being made by Stern, and then the whistle went after that touch to say the ball hit the floor. If it has hit the floor, then it's Jastrzębski's point. If it hasn't, which it didn't, look at that, then it's going to be a let call, which it now is. So it's going to be a mistakes, a do-over. Replay the point. Jastrzębski with a decent side out with that pipe attack from Fornal. They're off to a good start, an early lead already in this second set. Go down as an unforced error. I'm not sure that caught the block at all. Superlak did not. Timeout, Friedrichshafen.
Keep that serve in the middle of the court. Okay, that's all right. Keep flying high cross against high seam against on your.
It's all about the mismatches, and a mismatch really for Friedrichshafen is a high ball out wide to go over Tonyuti or to go in the seam, the gap between him and the middle blocker. But not too high, not too slow, because you don't want the middle blocker to catch up. That is a phenomenal set from Vincic, because that completely foxed Jastrzębski's middle. Gladiator did nothing, wasn't even anywhere to be seen here. His hands dropped down, he thinks it's going out wide. It's a free swing in the middle, that's a great hit. Good up. Or not. Well, the second referee's pointing at the floor, but looked like she was pointing at being under the net. However, it looks like we've got a challenge. The floor touch. And that one has hit the floor. Just a little too far in front. You have to chase after it to get the contact you needed. So Friedrichshafen then with the point. Shiga Stern to serve. Good up. It's going to be free ball for Jastrzębski. And that is magnificent play. Lots of movement around the setter, and it gave Klebno a free swing pretty much on this pipe attack. It is a free swing, isn't it? No question. will work because the contact by Vincic was below the height of the net. And the block comes. Now, you can complain all you like. Vincic did touch it, but it was off of the back. Like you said, as he plays this, well, we're not going to see the last point. But as it was played by Vincic, it was below the height of the net. So that's touch one. It was then dug up and set over. So they can have no complaints. It's a well-earned point by Friedrichshafen. Well played by Fonal as he works the block. Lovely. One-on-ones, really difficult to stop the attacker. It's a really good cut past Cleveland through the past him on the outside. With that swing. It's sad, isn't it? Looked like it stayed in the hand a while, but it was in slow-mo. Mustafa then to serve. Referee's called a net touch here, which is being disagreed with. That might be the ball that has touched the net as it's gone past the block. The ball was the other side of the middle blocker from where the referee was. There are some rules around net touches, is that if you put your hands across the net, but the ball hits the net, moves the net, the plane of the net up and down, and that movement hits you, then that isn't a net touch against you. But if you move towards the net and touch it, even if it is wobbling all over the place, then it is a net touch. So that will have to be taken into account if there is a touch. So you see the hands aren't moving, and if there's a touch, which is that's what the issue is there. You can see the ball, the net's moved, and because the ball's hit the net's moved and hit the player, it's not a net touch against the blocker. You could argue there was a slight forward movement though by the blocker, in which case then it is a net touch. But let's not go down that rabbit hole. Oh, that's just the way you deal with it. Let the volleyball do the talking. Get a freebie through 4. Get yourself a little hashtag warm-up hit. Get a warm-up hit back through the middle on the pipe. UT's setting really well at the moment. Round committing in the middle, and it was going to the middle. Friedrichshafen back to within 3. They were 5 behind at one point. makes a good adjustment, but that's great blocking to slow the ball down. Lovely dig that from Popivšak. Good work by Vincic. And it's an error from Boyer, and Friedrichshafen have the point. There's a challenge coming from Jastrzębski. Maybe they think there was a touch. Maybe they think it was it. There was a touch. The touch is not given. Well, coaches aren't allowed to play it as much as they would like to. Got from the serving line. Well, he's certainly got Tonyusi off the net, so no middle comes, and as that off the block it is. What a good swing by Fornal. Touch. And then not such a good touch. Timeout, Friedrichshafen, they're back to 5 behind again.
Ball's alive, so don't celebrate too early. Wait, see what happens. Okay, hey, we do lots of really good things, so stay patient. Stay patient, stay patient, stay patient. If not this set, then the next one. Okay, let's go.
Frustrating when that happens. Well played Fornal again. One of the best attacks in volleyball. Quick ball, close to the setter. There's no time for anybody to get in there. You have to commit, you have to jump early, and then if the setter spots that, they'll just go somewhere else. An opening for someone else to have a hit into. Jastrzębski doing the same, going quick themselves. Friedrichshafen just haven't managed to push on from when they got back to within a couple of points in this set. Again, the serving pressure putting Friedrichshafen out of system. They don't have all their attacking options available to them. The block then getting in and getting involved. That's a massive move from Boyer. Will do though for Friedrichshafen. Until it's over, there's always points to play with until there isn't. Talk about the risk reward in serving, and you have that jump serve. But Supalak's got one in so far in the game. 4 service errors, it says there. There comes a point though, you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome, is there? You've got to change something. And it's not luck whether you get the ball in or not, at least it shouldn't be. Good technique, getting into a good rhythm, having a good pre-serve routine in, follow that into what it is you're doing with the service when it's the jump serve. Jan Hedrava's coming in to replace Mustafa. Hedrava, the Czech Republic international, come from Civitanova. He's been with the club, Jastrzębski, since the 2021 season. Oh, what a touch by Klevno. And that little bit of ooh la la brings Jastrzębski the point, and now they have set point. Barring any block touch. There is none. Still in the set, Friedrichshafen. It's back to serve, work to be done. That's a lovely block. Well, that wraps it all up. The set does go the way of Jastrzębski, 25-16. They now lead Friedrichshafen by 2 sets to nothing. interesting to see what Friedrichshafen do from here. We'll get a little glimpse after the highlights, perhaps, of an insight to what's going on, as we'll get to hear from the coaches.
Coach, would you agree that this was a really easy game in the first two sets?
I don't know. No, it's not an easy game. It's a difficult game. In the first set, we play really good in service and block. And in the second set, improve our side out. This is important for our team. We want two sets good.
What is important to bring it back home now in 3 sets?
Now keep the focus, keep our targets in service, and work like these 2 sets.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mark, would you agree that this was a perfect game in service and defense from JASTRZEBSKI today?
JASTRZEBSKI is playing great in serve. They're defending a lot of balls. They're keeping balls alive. Some of them, I'm sure, are accidents, but they're really on it today.
Against Tours, we were talking about Montpellier. Now we talk about Tours maybe. You were 2 sets down. Is it possible to tilt tables today?
We just have to focus on this set. Something was similar yesterday against Berlin, and they held it together, stayed patient, waited for their chances. That's what we have to do also.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
When things are going your way, things are just going your way, aren't they? And Mark Leppertu alluding to that fact, some of them luck. Yes, that ball that hit Tonyuti, he stuck his hand out, it's popped right up for Boyeda, banks it. That's the kind of luck you get, I guess. But you make your own luck. You keep sticking in there, you keep the ball in play, you keep making touches. There's been that from JASTRZEBSKI as well as the great volleyball we've been witnessing. It just hasn't quite gone that way for Friedrichshafen so far. Turn it around in this next set? That is the question. We don't get an answer. The fans want is definitely a next set victory for the home side here. It'll definitely be about how well Friedrichshafen can handle the serving from this Polish outfit that are putting a lot of pressure on in that area. third set. About to get going. A must-win set for Friedrichshafen. First time side out for JASTRZEBSKI, and they are on the board straight away. Not quite enough on that one down the line. That's why Tonyuti's able to deal with it. But there's another chance here for Friedrichshafen. Oh, plenty on that one. And would you can leave it for now, gets a leg on it. Oh, wow. That's a frustrator, isn't it? But once again, JASTRZEBSKI, they make a touch, they keep it in play. They're asking Friedrichshafen questions. It's a big miss, really, from Brown. A little bit tight on the net. Great commit block. And there's nowhere for Brown to go. Better that time from Petter, a bit more on it. Oh, goodness me, that's nasty. Boyer, cross court. Goodness, a freak swing that last one. Oh dear, Tonyuti has just got the better of Brown. Really watching, was he? Wasn't paying attention to exactly what was going on then.
Every ball to stay in play. Okay, when it's close to the net, challenge it. Just kill that ball. Okay, setters front, setters back. Just touch it before him, crush it. Okay, we need to keep hitting early. Keep prepared to attack the block. Okay, we have to attack the block. Make it go block out. Okay, let's go. We're going to go block out. Now, guys.
The stats so far between the two teams, it doesn't make great reading, does it, for Friedrichshafen? And that doesn't help either. Caught in the net, so it didn't matter where the ball went after that. And that definitely doesn't help the situation, the unforced errors. Something to build on, perhaps, here for Friedrichshafen now. Although it's fair to say that Stremby won't be too worried about side-out points. Better. They're in this position in the second set, 8-3. They get it back to within a couple, but Stremby pushed away again. And it's the one area that they've done exceptionally well at so far in this match is their siding out. Another bruising serve. And the points are coming thick and fast now for Stremby. Nothing's working for Friedrichshafen.
It's on every net take. Come on, guys, we fight for every ball. Okay, this ball 100% is first. This is the one to commit. Just get all over it, make him set some other ball. Come on, guys, how we finish this? Finish this set.
Nice touch from Clevenaut. And a quality finish from Boyer, the French connection, getting the job done. Clevenaut, Donuti, Boyer, point, Stremby. Well watched by Ban. But the points again, they're just nothing Friedrichshafen seem to be able to do at the moment. just doesn't seem to be anything for Friedrichshafen to build on at the moment. Sarnucci's finding anyone he wants, where he wants, and in turn, they're finding a point for the team. This time, Mustafa turns that one away to 1. Oh, that's huge. It's another break point for Jastrzębski. It's more woe for Friedrichshafen. Doesn't look like there is much more to come from Friedrichshafen here in this match. However, it is never over until it's over. Certainly the players must not think that it's all over. Keep building. Something from the serving line, though, is required. Hook touch, will it come back? No, that's a shame. Easy one for Klevno to deal with, and Fonal, who's been pretty quiet, gets himself on the scoreboard for this third set. Things aren't changing though, even with the change that Friedrichshafen have made. And bringing on Matthias Biernet to set. That's a decent hit though from Voyin, the 2-year-old outside hitter. Substitution. Jastrzębski, on comes Jan Hebrava. So no recognised setter on court for Jastrzębski. Interesting to see who plays the second ball. Maybe the libero. Oh, it won't even have to worry. So Hebrava gets a little close up of the court. In fact, it's going to stay on. They're going to make the second part of a double substitution. Not Friedrichshafen, Jastrzębski. So Boyer is off, and it's Emiter Raporti coming in for a run out. Finnish international. Straight into the action, finding the middle as well. Nice set. He's been with Jastrzębski since 2021. Came from Olympiakos. As we said, this Jastrzębski team, 13 of the players involved last season in the Champions League taking bronze medals. And that kind of consistency goes a long way. Relatively newish team for Friedrichshafen, with 7 players joining the club this season. a touch. But again, it just kind of sums up the way things have gone for Friedrichshafen. When the touches have been made, they've not been where anyone else can kind of get something on the ball and do something with it. It's a better side out. That's a great set from Tevrapoti, really whipping that one into the middle for Mustafa to put it away. That will work. Driver getting in on the passing action. It's now a free ball for Friedrichshafen. 4 attacking options. Great touch by Popishak. Now, has that caught somebody? Yes, it did. One hit, Bianat on its way out, and it's now match point for Jastrzębski. If you're not going to block, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Sumalat gets it down. 12 opportunities here for Jastrzębski to side this out and take the set, and with it, the match. That's a good block. Fans asking, why weren't we seeing this earlier? That's it. The third set is lost. The match is lost. And that means now that the two teams will meet again next week in Poland. And from Jastrzębski's point of view, a couple of sets will do it. Not only do Friedrichshafen have to win, they have to win 3-0 or 3-1 to force a golden set. They'll have to pick themselves up, dust themselves down and get ready for that next match. Soundly beaten at home, 17-16 and 13 by Jastrzębski. It wasn't the first match that Friedrichshafen were hoping for, were wanting. 75 points to 46, 8 aces to nothing. Comprehensive victory for Jastrzębski. That's how the quarterfinals have shaped up then. On the first legs, Ankara with a wickedly good win over Civitanova. They're in a great position. It's tight between Zaxa and Trentino. Perugia in the driving seat in their quarterfinal, and Jastrzębski in the driving seat here in their quarterfinal. Formal given the Player of the Match award. say as well in a moment. Might well be allowed to have a sip of that. Celebrate the win. Might not be 4-0 we hear from. We'll have to wait and see exactly who's going to get called up to tell us about the match. It is 4-0. Yeah, we gave you the bottle. Now you've got to come and have a chat with us, please. Lads, hold this. Don't drink it. Let's hear what he has to say.
Congratulations to a phenomenal game. Is this one then more step to the semi-finals now?
Yeah, for sure. I think we play a really good game. We serve really good today, so for sure this is not over. Like we must play one more game for like 7-8 days in our home in Jastrzębie. So I hope that we're gonna win 3-0, 2-1 or 2 sets, and after we will be in the semi-final and wait for opponent.
Especially the game in Poland was pretty close, even if it was a 3-0. Was this your goal today, that you overpowered them with defense and
yeah, for
service?
sure. It was like a very important moment. It's a quarter-final. You don't have too many. You cannot do too many mistakes. If you do, you lose the game. And for sure, you have chance in the second game. But we want to back to our home, to Jastrzębie with the win, and it was our goal, and we did this.
And is it even better for you and even sweeter when, in such a good performance, you are the best player?
For sure it's good, but I think that today everyone play good. Like we don't have like weak point today. We play really good. We serve, we pass, we defense. Such like one time Musti go over this on the court. So we are very happy for sure. But like I say, it's not finished. We must win like 2 sets or I think even game.
And maybe have a little time to celebrate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Indeed, he knows what's required. 2 sets will do it when they play again next week. They won't be taking anything for granted. They will, however, enjoy this moment. A comprehensive victory. They've got the job done by 3 sets to nothing. That just about wraps up our coverage. We hope you've enjoyed it. There are plenty more matches to come as the CEV Eurovolley Champions League gets ever closer to deciding exactly who will be battling for the title this season. First round of quarterfinals done. Next round to come next week.